Welcome to Cars, Golf, and Cigars, as well as welcome to the FA Fearless Ambition Podcast. See, this episode is important to me, so I'm putting it on both my content platforms, okay? Because I want to make sure that what I'm about to say and the things that I'm about to talk about when it comes to Shedeur Sanders and this NFL draft. We all have an opinion. Some of us have an epiphany. Some of us have fiction and most of us got facts. Stick right there. I'm gonna go over everything. As everybody knows, I'm always on the road. I'm always on the go, and I always got something to do. But I had to sit back and really think about what I've been seeing for the last 3 days. Now, by the time y'all see this, Shedeur might already be drafted. And I hope he does get drafted, bottom line. But we're going to have a real cigar conversation. And we're going to talk about it. Because we got to talk about this. Welcome back. Let's talk about this right here. Okay? Let's really talk about this right here. Matter of fact, let's get into this. Because this needs to be addressed. The NFL, Shedeur Sanders, the NFL Draft 2025. Listen, this is the epitome of being politically profiled through a major conglomerate organization called the NFL when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Now let's get to the bottom line of this other stuff too. So let's knock this off. Shedeur, absolutely, I believe, will be drafted, regardless. It don't make it matter really what round you go. It just really makes a difference of where you go. Because where you go in the NFL will determine how great you will be later on. Depends on if you can fit into their system. So I'm gonna talk to a couple of teams. Number one, I'm gonna talk to my team, New York Giants. I can't understand how y'all think that Winston is going to be the future. He's not. Russell Wilson, I can even understand Russell Wilson only because of the experience. And he's a quality football quarterback and experience. So I can understand him. Winston is not a bad backup, but he's not the future. He's not. Russell is not the future. Russell got 1-2 more years left in him, in my personal opinion. I'm not trying to age the man, nothing like that. 1 or 2 more years in him, and then I think he could sit back on $200-300 million and don't have to worry about football ever again. Tony DeVito? Why? If you want to get rid of somebody, you get rid of him. And the only reason why I do like him, no disrespect to him, is because he does have the up north dog in him. He has a good dog in him as a football player. He's not a great quarterback. He has quarterback skills. He could be a great backup. I don't see anything else that make me say I'm keeping him on the team. Now let's get to the Saints. Really? Yep. Y'all drafted that dude, Ty Sly, whatever his name is. Not that he's not a good quarterback. I've seen his tape. The kid does have a good, accurate arm. He can play the position. There's no question about that. I'm not mad at that. But y'all took him over Shedeur. We took Dart over Shedeur. I like Dart. To be honest with you, I do like Dart. I think he's better than Tommy or Tony DeVito. Absolutely. I also believe that in 2 or 3 years, he will be an excellent quarterback. I don't believe he's better than Shedeur right now. Everything that's happening with Shedeur is very, very simple and plain. It's political profiling from the owners. People got together on one big phone conversation and said no. And it's not just because to show him something, even though that's what they're doing, they're sending him a message. It's also to devalue him right off the rip as a rookie. Okay, so learn the lessons of business. You go first round, you consider it extremely valuable. That team is looking at you to be a starter, or at least you may have to ride the bench for the first season if you're a quarterback. But if every other position, if you getting drafted the first round, you're playing. They locked in on you. They see you as the future. They see your value. It's different when it comes to sports. Those first and second rounds mean something when it comes to your value to that league. It does. This is a conversation, and we're going to have it today. And for them to go 3 days and don't draft Shedeur, intentionally on purpose not drafting him, is to devalue him. You devalue him like that. Not devaluing his character, not devaluing his talent, but saying basically, we're automatically saying you're going to be second string. Whatever team takes you, you are not starting unless somebody breaks their leg. You will have to come into this league and sit down. It's bigger than what people think. Stay right there. We'll be right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, I'm a little amped about it because I can see what's being done on purpose. See, in my opinion, the NFL is old dogs, old gatekeepers, old money. And we're not going to talk about the fact that there are, no majority, I ain't going to say minority, no majority black-owned teams in the NFL. None. And I'm just going to say that so y'all can see where I'm coming from with this. When I say this is old guard, old gatekeeping money passed down from generations to generations, they leave their teams and their wills to their family. You buy a professional sporting team to leave it to your people when you die. You don't even buy it for yourself. You buy it to make sure your grandchildren can eat. Because professional teams always go up in equity. But they all got together. Somebody got together. Somebody got together, and they said, we're not going to let this kid in where he deserves to be let in at. Shedeur is a first rounder. Even if he went on second round, he's a first round pick. He really is, or he really was. Okay? And they have come together and decided that they're not going to let this kid in. And I don't think and people saying this about his father. And I don't think it's really about his father so much. It's more or less of his father knowing the business. His father knowing the football business, not just the football game. And he has intentionally made his kids, even Travis Hunter, even Travis Hunter might not be his biological son, but he treats him like that's one of his children. He has intentionally made them business people way before their time. He has educated them on things that they would never have known about if he didn't live the life he led. Okay, and then let's give him his credit. One of the greatest, absolutely greatest athletes we have ever seen in our generation, Shedeur Sanders. People forget he was a track star in college, not just football. He was a track star in college and football. The only human being I ever seen play with the New York Yankees in the afternoon, take a plane and play with the Atlanta Falcons that night. Name somebody else who did it. Nobody. Him and Bo Jackson was the only two people that I ever looked at and was like, both of those two guys are not even human. That's how good they both are and both were. But Dion has mastered business. He understands branding, marketing, development. He understands adding value to yourself. So by the time you sit at the table, you're not just sitting in a chair that they gave you. You brought your own chair. So you're not just going to be an employee with them. You're going to have to be, they're going to have to be in business with you. And that's what he's done for his kids. And people, for some reason, are upset about that because he gave them the game and they got it from the GOAT. Why would they not be the way they are? You can't talk about, oh, he's too overconfident. He need to be humble. I was watching Colin. Colin, I like you, but I thought you was a little out of line when you said he need to be more humble. You're putting legendary everywhere. You haven't played one game in the NFL yet. Why does the kid have to be humble about his ability to play the game? He has to be humble as a human being. He has to be humble in his faith. He doesn't have to be humble on the football field. No. They want you to downplay yourself. They want you to downplay yourself so you can never, ever, ever make them feel uncomfortable about themselves. As soon as you don't downplay yourself, you make a lot of people in that room uncomfortable. Because they can't, see, you have to understand something. Owners look at all these guys that they're recruiting as employees, and they are employees. Let's be honest about that. But there's only one big dog in the room, and that's the person signing the check. The person getting the check ain't the big dog yet. You got to earn big dog status. The person signing the check is the big dog in the room. So when you come in there and you have a whole game plan with you, you have a whole corporation with you, you have your own branding with you, you're coming in there not begging for no money. You already a millionaire. You coming in there not looking at them like they can tell you anything at any time, because they can't. They actually got to ask you some questions now. You're dangerous to the system. And that's the truth about it. Shedeur Sanders became dangerous to the system because if they let him in on the first round the way they supposed to have let him in, there's going to be 2-3 more Shedeur Sanders coming and demanding and making sure that they're taken care of correctly. They're going to produce for you. They're going to give you what you need on that field. They're going to do that. But you're not going to be able to treat them like you can just get rid of them whenever you want to, and they're going to be twisted, okay? 35 to 45% of professional athletes, especially football players, are broke after their third year of retirement. This kid ain't on that projectile. He's already independently rich from his college years with the NIL. Now, we ain't talking about his family's money. We ain't talking about his father's money. We talking about he already got it. So they look at him also like, do we really want to take on a premature superstar? Because superstars take a lot of oxygen out of locker rooms, and they take a lot of attention away from head coaches. Because who do the guys follow? Do they follow the head coach, or do they follow the man that's in the trenches with them, making the calls with them, making them look good? Quarterbacks make wide receivers look good. Wide receivers make quarterbacks look good. Bottom line, running backs look good because of their offensive linemen. Bottom line, we run it with the guy I'm fighting with. The league knows Shedeur's going to come in and he's going to demand that respect, and you got to give it to him. We're going to pause one more time, and then we're going to keep this going. Okay. And like I said, you got to give it to him. So for me, this is outrageous. This is deliberate. This is the NFL slapping him on his hand before they even give him an opportunity to have employment, to let him know, we run this, you don't, which is completely unfair because you can't say the kid is to this, is to that, he doesn't deserve to be there. You can't say those things if you look at his tape. I don't care if you don't like him. Look at the tape. Stop saying that his arm ain't strong enough. Look at the tape. Stop saying he ain't got the accuracy. Yes, he does. Look at the tape. Stop saying he took a lot of sacks. All quarterbacks take a lot of sacks. If they don't get the ball off on time, then that's on them. If they don't got a good offensive line, that's really not on them. But don't say it's something to do with his off-the-field activities, because he's been nothing but stellar off the field. Nothing but stellar. Look at all the people that wasn't stellar that still got taken in the first round. Warren Sapp, one of the greatest football players ever done it on the defensive side. He was not stellar going into the damn draft. Okay? What's my man? That Johnny Football, Manziel. He had a horrible character outside of football. Horrible. He was hustling. He was doing all kind of things. All kind of things. He was hooked on drugs when they drafted him. He was high the day they went to go see him on his pro day. He had other people taking a piss for him. Where did he go? Number one, Heisman Trophy winner. What's the dude? Bakersfield, Batefield. Horrible and great on college football. Horrible off the field. Horrible. He went to Cleveland. The biggest thing he did in Cleveland, he made them look good for one season, and then he got all those commercials. Then he was garbage. Shannon Sharp used to crucify him on Undisputed. Crucify him. He went to the Raiders. He was garbage. He went to a system that finally worked for him. He went to Tampa Bay. And now I even look at him like, that dude can play football. He's a damn good quarterback. But he was given the opportunity no matter what he went through outside of football. He was given the opportunity, especially before he became a pro. All these dudes had all kind of issues, but if they believe in your performance and your productivity, they will give you the opportunity. If they believe that you can ROI them, return on their investment on the football field, they will deal with your bullshit. They will. I say that to say this. Shedeur Sanders has never given them anything to criticize outside of football. You can't talk about his GPA. Can't talk about that. Nor would they really care. You can't say that the kid got into any trouble. He don't even have a speeding ticket. So you can't say his outside football shenanigans. Look at my man that's at the Eagles. Got a Super Bowl ring now. Came out of Georgia. Okay? I forget the kid name, man. Defensive lineman. Play his ass off. First round draft pick. And told teams that he wasn't even going to. He told teams, I'm not going to you. You don't do that. You ain't signed a contract yet, and you telling teams where you not going. But he did. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Played for the Eagles. What happened? What happened? You know what happened? Got into a badass car accident, joyriding, I think in a Dodge Challenger Hemi here in Georgia, and got into a car accident and all kind of stuff. And almost didn't. They almost turned their back on him, but they was like, we can't turn our back on this kid. He is going to take us to the promised land when it comes to defense. And what he's done, 2 years later, Super Bowl ring. Now, you don't have to get drafted to have an amazing career. Kurt Warner was working a regular job when he got a phone call and said, do you want to try out? He never got drafted. He had to go try out for a team. Kurt Warner's in the Hall of Fame. So let it be understood, Shedeur Sanders will be in the NFL somewhere. And when he does have a chance to get on the field, he's going to take over. And I do think he's going to have an amazing career. As long as he stays healthy, he doesn't get hurt, because anything can happen in football. He's going to have an amazing career. But it's a tragedy how the NFL conglomerately got together and said, we're going to box this kid out so early in his career. This is intentional. This ain't got nothing to do, me personally, it has very less to do with race and more to do with the structure of the system and the business, how they automatically have always done. And now all of a sudden they're like, this kid is a threat to our system. If we let him in, we're not even letting him in. He's in. He's so in that the Nike commercials and the Reebok commercials, they already been filmed. He's in, and he's a whole brand before he throw his first pass. You know who also was a whole brand before he even started his first professional game? LeBron James. LeBron James was worth $100 million before he took his first professional free throw. And they knew that. So it is something I personally feel with the fact of him being Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to say they're trying to really get at his father, but you got to understand something. Deion Sanders hasn't done anything. If anything, he's done everything that Archie Manning did, but even on a higher level. Even on a higher level. Archie Manning pulled strings. Archie Manning knew his sons was going to be in the NFL. Only Eli didn't want to go where his father went to play in college. Only Eli was like, I'm not going to go there. Peyton went. But when it came down to that NFL, Archie is in with all the owners. Archie Manning he's a legend for football, especially college football and the NFL. He told them where his sons was going to play and was not going to play. He knew. So why if Deion Sanders is doing the same thing for his children? Because Shiloh's up next. If he's putting his kids in a position to be legends, why is it hurting the NFL so bad? It's because he's doing it. They're not doing it. You don't have to kiss their ring. He's doing it. He does it. His energy is infectious. It's a tragedy. Like I said, I'm sure that Shedeur will be signed someplace, and we had to have this cigar conversation. I thank y'all so much for being here with me today. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tell everybody about cars, golf, and cigars. And also, the FA, Fearless Ambition Podcast. I'm your man, Shedeur Sterling. Thank y'all once again.